Welcome to Termite Machine Works. My name is Keith. Today we're going to start the video series What's in Your Box Toolbox Giveaway. And I'm going to be bringing over the box that I'm going to actually be giving away, and we're going to go through a couple tools that I'm going to put in there. But before we get started on that, I wanted to just take 5 here because I had a viewer that was in question of my logo and the propeller and actually how it looked, and he couldn't visually picture the propeller itself on my logo, on my hat, my cutouts. My logo started sitting down with a Syracuse University student up in Holden, Mass, just outside of Worcester. His parents own Fuller Flag Company, and we did some sending back and forth artwork in the mail, and finally I put together this stand and made this shaft and put that coupling over there. And this propeller is an equally poised wheel. Was on a buddy of mine in California's boat. It's a flat bottom boat, and he was driving it with 500 horsepower, and he'd go up and down the Colorado River with it. Well, the blade developed a crack, and he gave it to me for a souvenir, and I kind of just cleaned it up at the time, and I put it on here, and this is the propeller that my logo is created with. And now I'll give you a zoom in on the blade itself, and you can see the visual perspective of my logo. You know, the artist has got a little bit of his own vision in it, and you got to let that go. But you know what, I was so astounded actually when he came up with the actual logo that he actually created the shape of a wheel. Sometimes when people think what they see is not really there. You know, in all reality, even though this is closer to you here, he may have made this just a little bit more bulby, round. Okay, but here's the cup back here on this distance area right here, and the cup is shadowed in here. You know, and this wheel this blade here is dropping down. And I mean, he shows a little bit more, maybe on the leading edge here. It's an artist's perspective, you know. So, you know what? Pretty damn close. I just wanted to show you where it came from, and I hope that actually helped you see. It gives you a good visual aid on my logo there. And yeah, I needed to bring this down off of my shelf and dust it off anyway there. It probably, it'll probably be in a cabinet here sometime in the future. But that's how I derived of my logo itself, and it was sitting down with him and I, and it's just purely an artist's perspective in a one-direction view, and pretty close to the view that you're actually looking at it right now. All right, before we clear this off, I'm going to rotate this around after I pick this up because we're close to that gear there. Okay, just so you know, there's no trick photography. Okay, this is the Kennedy 520 box that you saw in the videos that we went through, the toolboxes. Now today I went ahead and took out the old lock, and I put in this new lock, and this is how I did that. Alright, so we have a set of keys for the box now, and we are free to open it and lock it as need be. Now the box is pretty well complete. Now it has a few stains and everything else. I was thinking, you know, about putting felt in it and things like that. I cleaned this box out, blew it out, and yeah, some of the felt looks a little rough on it. Not as bad as the green one was in there. But I'm going to leave redoing the box to the new owner. I don't want to take away from exactly what the box is. I mean, this is probably, I don't know, at least the second lock. The original lock wasn't the one that was in here. Even though it was missing the key, it wasn't original. I've seen the, you know, the marks that it took to make that one work before with the key. And anyway, I mean, it's basically just a regular cam lock anyway. So we went ahead and kind of wiped it down. I don't know, it almost looks like maybe somebody had some painting equipment or whatever and maybe dropped the can and had a splatter. It's speckled here. So, you know, somebody had I think a painting accident somewhere around it. These were in the basement and stored in the basement. It's a shame that some of the tools were as rusty as they were. But all in all, it's pretty good. You know, I mean, the inside finish is still really nice. It's just the outside, just a little bit worn, not bad. The handle still, everything's in beautiful condition. There is 2 holes here where he had a nameplate on there, and we might be able to put something on there. In fact, actually, within the next year, if somebody does some kind of engraving or whatever, and they might like to maybe add a plaque or something to this, I would have no heartburn on somebody doing something like that for the project here. Also, I've already had a couple of emails where some guys would like to donate some tools for the cause or the project here. Now, I really kind of, and the reason why I said 52 tools, because I figured that it would be at least a year's time. Of course, we like to give the box away. Probably the first week of December would be real nice. So that's, by the 1st of December would be like the deadline that I'm going to call on this box here. Now we're gonna have entrants, and the entries are going to be in probably the 1st of February. I'll have a video. I don't know which one it'll, you know, this is going to be number 1 or week 1, and we're going to go ahead and I'm going to try to keep up on it weekly, but if we go every other week, because I might have it, like, as soon as I get done editing this video and showing you this, I just went through and I got over 35 gigabytes of raw material on a really nice job, and it involves almost all lathe, but we go in and we do some welding, and then we mill out a key and the K&T. Really nice job. And so I'm going to be throwing in my regular whatever flies in the door videos, but we're going to keep up on this from time to time. And if I'm not once a week on this, as far as showing you tools that's going in, I'll be bringing in, when I do have a video, that'll be whatever amount of tools that'll take to make up a week. Like I have a couple that I put in here right now. We're going to call a box 1. And then I picked up something during the Christmas holiday that I saw on sale, and I went ahead and picked it up, and I wanted to put it in the box. And then I went up in the cupboard, and something I haven't opened up and looked at, and I don't know, probably since I put it in the cabinet. It was on the bottom of the pile, but I opened it up, and I said, yeah, that's one of the perfect things that goes in there. And in fact, actually, you know, I had a comment too, and they go, yeah, the first tool in there should be a 0 to 1 micrometer. And you know what, 0 to 1 micrometer, you know, that's pretty, I mean, that would be like, yeah, that's a symbol. I mean, that's the symbol on my logo, and so anyway, one of the things I have in here includes that. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to go ahead and show you what I actually picked up off the internet, and or not internet, out of the wish book. Okay, this is just MSC wish book like everybody gets, And what really kind of caught my eye as far as a tool, I have several brands of the same tool here, and I like them all. So I didn't really want to part with any of them, and I kind of eyeballed this, and it just couldn't beat this. And this is a 4-piece combination square set made by Fowler, and it was at a pretty decent price. They normally go for about $1.80 or so, and they even included a case on this. And what were they? They were down to $129, and it's a real nice clean set. You need to be able to lay out projects, and even in the video that I'm talking about that I want to do after I get done with this one here, you'll see me use the instead of unwrapping this, I'm not going to bother taking this out. I mean, you know, everybody kind of knows what it is. You got a square here. It's a real nice blade. The scriber's still in here, nice clean level. It's all wrapped up in plastic. You know, I don't really want to take it all out. The one thing that I really do like about it, and I'm not going to pull out of the plastic, but I'm going to show you one just like it, and the difference between this one and like this one here. This is a Michitoyo, and the blade goes down through the center of these feet on the outside here. Now, this Fowler and also this Starrett, they're on the outside. So you can actually swivel the thing around without stopping. So I kind of like that feature, and that's what really kind of caught my eye, was that this tool was able to do what that Starrett does. Sometimes, you know, you get there and you go, I can't get there from here, so you got to slide this thing off, turn it around, and get it on the outside, or you got to slide. You know, you're not always there. But when they're on the outside like that, now the only disadvantage of that is sometimes when you're setting the angle and having the side resting point on each side of your blade. So I mean, there's a toss-up, but that's why I got one of each, right? So anyway, and in the video that's coming up, you'll see me use the V alignment square to line up and lay out for a center punch hole on the end of a pretty good sized shafting, where I actually stand it up in this drill press and drill the center drill in both ends of it. So we're going to call this set right here the first tool in the box. And I thought it was a nice reasonable price on it, and I thought it was a worthy tool to be in the box. And I don't want, you know, I want nice quality tools in here. I want to use nice quality tools myself, and I have some nice quality tools, and a lot of the extras that I have are nice quality tools. They're not brand spanking new, but they still get the job done. You know, that's the key thing. Anyway, I didn't want to part with anything that I already had, and that's why I bought this set. I saw that in here, in the Christmas special. There's a lot of things, and around Christmas time, you know, there's a lot of good deals in here, because they want to, you know, they want to keep up with everybody else that's on their Christmas sales and things like that. So anyway, and the case is not too bad. You know, it's a pretty nice case. And so anyway, I got that down here in the bottom drawer, and we have some more drawers that need to be filled up, but they're all clean. They're all waiting for something to be put in them. All right, now the thing that I drug out of the counter, or my cabinet there, this barely fits in the box, and that's why it's up here on the top. This, I appropriated this in California. I don't know exactly when. That works out fine to do this. And I don't know. I don't know where. We used to have a used tool man that used to come around all the time, and you know, how can you pass up a deal when, you know, you come in and it rolls into the shop or whatever, and you know, basically 50 cents on a dollar. That's what used machinist tools are worth. Some people will try to sell them for more, and of course everybody tries to buy them for less. It's the way it is. It's a vicious circle. But if you were really to draw a fair line to actually compensate for the buyer and the seller, I say 50 cents on a dollar is a good price. And of course that keeps going up when the price of new keeps going up. Sometimes old tools, they're actually worth more than 50 cents on a dollar. Because you can actually, you know, some of them are antique type pricings, but I'm not going to go there. And anyway, what we have here is a 0 to 3 set. Now this set is made in Poland. And here's the one, a 0 to 1. And it also, this is, instead of the ratchet being on the end, it's a friction drum here, which is kind of cool. I think that might, you know, I don't know why I didn't use this set too, but I have my favorites already. You know, I do have favorites there. And it has a nice swing lock here. And everything is all functioning fine. They are carbide tipped. It's another good point. You know, I mean, I mean, there isn't a ding, a scratch, or anything in this set of micrometers right here. The 0 to 1 almost looks like a Starrett. The 1 to 2 almost looks like a Michitoyo, and I use both of those. But they're made in Poland, and I think they're good, nice quality. They're clean. You don't see too many more. You don't see too many of these boxes actually still around. And the 2 to 3. They also have tenths on here, so you can read out your tenths as well. Now, in this set is the 1-inch standard, so you can set your micrometer, and here is the 1 or 2-inch standard, which will let you set double check the 1 to 2, but it'll also let you come down and set your 2 to 3 at that. Now down inside here is the wrenches. You almost need a magnet or smaller fingers or something. So you have your wrenches. There's an Allen wrench here, because underneath the cap is your adjustment for your rod there, and then here's your barrel wrenches. So I thought that was a nice addition for this box, and that takes care of the 0 to 1, but this also gives you up to 3. Now inside machinist tool list, when I was in the shipyards, that's what I'm kind of basing this on a tool list that I believe that I had to have when I was in the shipyards. And I went online today and you look at different lists, and they're all over the map. Everybody's got their own idea, and you know, one of the lists said a great CNC machine. You know, we're talking about being a machinist, not an operator. And you know, anyway, I believe that we had to have up to 3-inch micrometers, and anything over 3-inch micrometers the companies would have. The shipyards would supply those, and you go check those out at the tool room when you needed them. But I believe that inside machinists in the shipyards had to have up to 3-inch, and I think that's why the set was popular in the yards there. And anyway, this barely fits up in the top of the cabinet, and that's where it's going to find its home from now on. And I'm going to go ahead and I'll start thinking about the next tool that's coming in, and sure, I will take contributions for tools to come in here, and I'll be keeping a list and as we're going along. And also too, you can also email me turnrightmachine@comcast.net, and you can find out what tools that we've already got in if you haven't been keeping up with the videos, or I'm in between videos and you want to go, hey, I got one of these or whatever, and I'd be glad to put it in there. And definitely you know, it would you know, I want to put everybody's name in there that has any part of donating any of the tools, and you know, I definitely I say I have enough to go ahead and fill this thing from top to bottom, and things like that. But let's just say, you know, there's this box giveaway. We're not gonna have an age limit. You don't have to be in school. You know, there's really not going to be any restrictions on this at all. I've had a couple comments in there that being worthy of the box. Okay, so you've got to project why you're worthy of this box. All right, now I'm going to give you a comment section, and it's going to have 500 characters limit, just like any other comment. In that, you're going to be putting your name. You know, you could put your business, or if you are going to school, or if you're apprentice, or just a hobbyist, whatever you want. But you're going to want to put in a link there too, a link to your, or a name to your YouTube channel or your Facebook channel. You're going to want to put out more information that's going to be than you could possibly put in that 500 characters, so people can find you, know your story, know what you're about, and then cast their vote. The vote is thumbs up or thumbs down on your comment. I'm counting both thumbs up and thumbs down, because if we just try to go thumbs up, I know that there's going to be a craze of people just hitting that thumbs down, and it's not, thumbs down is not going to take away votes. It's actually going to give you votes. Okay, you know, I'm going to make it a double positive, so it's not a negative in any way at all. YouTube, I believe, only allows you a one thumbs up. Otherwise, you know, I have a couple of viewers that would be going like this, and on either one of them there, I have a couple unfans too. But you know, I'm trying to make it as fair as possible, and you be the judge, and you be the entrance, and let me just do my videos, fill us full of tools, and give it away. Let's keep it simple, you know, and fun, and enjoyable, and sharing. You know, I do like all you guys' comments, sharing, and it's a good input. And people that are looking for answers, you know, you're freely giving them, and it's great. I know it's helping them out, and I can't always get there. So just like this last week, I was involved with this pretty big size job, but I was also taking my son up to Vermont for college. So he just came back from California. He spent a couple mad days with us, and you know, we shipped him right back off again, so we didn't have much time. So I was kind of stealing some of my shop time to spend time with my family while I had that little opportunity. So, you know, I mean, hey, it was kind of Christmas anyway, and you guys have been a great audience anyway, and I appreciate everything. So anyway, you know, what can I say? Also, input on what kind of tools you think you should be in here. You know, I you know, right now we got the combination square, we got the micrometers, you know, and I've already thought, you know, we got fishtail, we know, you know, we need threading gauges, and with probably some center drills, and you know, there's going to be a scribe, and there's going to be a lot of things in there, and I have no problem with you guys, you know, jotting down a couple things, because I may not think about them. I do know that I more than likely have 2-3 of just about everything, and actually I only have one vernier gear tooth calipers, but I just got that, and that's mine. Thanks, Joe. Here's a close-up of looking through the plastics, level. You got the striper in the end like they all do. Level bubble. Sixteenths, eighths, 32, 64ths. It's a nice knurled knob, and this is all completely finished. Okay, give you a close-up look of the micrometer set. You can see your tenths, the lock, carbide tips. That's your barrel, just like your ratchet, but it's just a tension. It's got a pretty good feel. I mean, I normally hold this and I'm normally turning my micrometer like that. Same thing on the 1 to 2. Your standards, your tools. Box is nice cut out. Those are still even tight. You don't find that too often. Usually they're almost stripped out and falling off. I got the rambling on and I forgot. I think I forgot anyway, and I'll put this in there just in case I did forget. Eligibility. Who's eligible to apply for the box or entry? Self entries is what you're doing. You're gonna be putting in a comment or why you deserve the box. It doesn't matter if you're here in the United States. It doesn't matter if you're in Canada, UK, Australia, a lot of guys down under. Anywhere. If you're a YouTuber and you're watching and you want to enter, all the entry is to say, hey, I'm Keith Fenner, and I'm a student or I'm an apprentice, and I think I deserve the box. And then I would give you a link to my YouTube, Keith Fenner, and I'm going to tell you why I deserve the box. And you want to give somebody more information on why you deserve the box. Some people says, let's make it a competition. Well, not everybody has machines that they can, perform a competition. Not a competition that way. I'm giving away tools because I want them to go to somebody that I feel the tools are going to be worthy, and I'm sure everybody out there would like to see the tools to go to somebody that is worthy. And that's what it's all about. It's, what you're going to do with the tools, what you're doing with yourself as life, things like that. So it's not a competition as the best. It's a competition of the best intentions. Is probably the best way to put it, in my mind. Anyway, I'm just going, when we went through this box and the other boxes, and picking the bones, it's really kind of what led me on to going ahead and finding a good home for some good tools. So it's about sharing and finding a good home for tools. And along the way, I'm going to be going through these here. I didn't give you examples of them right now, but as we go through the videos and the duration of giving this box away, we will go through each of the tools and show them in their uses, or show like tools in their uses. I kind of like to leave that combination square set right in the plastic. I mean, it is, right now, it is the only brand new tool that's in there. Although those mics are, there ain't a flaw on them. So, and not to say that things that I'm going to put in here might be scratched or worn, but they're still going to be great tools. All right. So that's what's in your box. Get her done.